The following program is brought to you by our Patreon supporters. You can request podcast topics, enjoy exclusive RPG and video content, and more. Even just $1 a month gets you gameplay episodes a week early and makes you officially cool. Just like our trash elite, Rob, and a guy from Ohio, DG, Destrucity KTL, Passion Killer 711, Kitty Holbrook, and Drake Starstorm. Greetings and salutations. This is I, Eric J. Chucky, joined as always by the boy.
Hello.
This is the Two Nerds podcast. My compatriot here wanted to make it clear our title isn't making fun of anything other than how Milla Jovovich decided to pronounce the Game Awards.
Yes, it is not to besmirch the glorious conquering French and their mighty beret army. I want no smoke with the French this week.
For the French, notorious for the smoke. Before we get into all that, we do need to talk about what's crumping. My guy, what has been crumping with you?
I started playing Fallout New Vegas again under your bet. I've been playing it some more. I believe I mentioned that last time because that's when I started, but I'm still continuing. It's still fun.
Very I have Mitch Hedberg of you.
I have realized that I don't have anything in that game I haven't done at least several times. So it's just sort of going on like a greatest hits tour of the quests I like doing, which is fun. I kind of want to finish a Mr. House run before Fallout ends. I say ends because, well, I'm certainly not going to finish it before Fallout starts the next season.
No, that's this week.
Yeah. But that's just, if I don't get it done, I don't get it done. It's not like I'm super invested in it. I have other things that I have to watch for this podcast first. But that's about it for me of all the big stuff.
I finished Disco Elysium. It was a very flawed game and a somewhat flawed story, but I overall had a fun time with it. I miss when games had more gameplay. He
talked much more positively about it during the playthrough. I do want to say that.
I talked about it during the playthrough. I think it's a game that one could analyze for a long time. I think it does a lot with its themes. I think it has a lot of batshit ideas about what game design is. And there are some really good noteworthy moments. I got emotional a couple of times. But just because I'm talking about something doesn't mean I like it. Case in point, I'll be doing a podcast about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure here soon, so...
No, we liked Season 2.
We liked Season 2. Season 3 is a different beast. Series 3. The last podcast we did was half.
Stardust Crusaders is what we're watching
The first half of Stardust Crusaders. Anyway, that's what's crumping. Let's talk about these Game Awards. Despite the fact that this is about the Game Awards.
It's not about the Game Awards.
No.
Because, I'm going to be real with you, Chief. I don't give a shit about the Game Awards. I haven't given a shit about an award show in so long. They all seem rigged, and if they're not rigged, they're ridiculous. But, of the rigged-ass award shows, the Game Awards is the one that I have the most fun watching, because they seem to take themselves a bit tongue-in-cheek, which I appreciate, and they know what I'm actually here for, which is to find out about video games.
Yeah, this is your late season E3 replacement. And that's good, because, it's fun to see trailers for games and find out stuff is upcoming.
Just the other week, you asked me what was the last game announcement I was actually hyped for. And I could only think of Cyberpunk. I was eventually reminded about Elden Ring by a friend. But it's been a few years. So this was not something I was super, hyped for, because I didn't expect anything to happen that I was super excited by. Because it's been a few years since that's occurred. But my compatriots were on the couch watching it, and I decided to put my little personal endeavors away for the evening so we can all watch something as a family unit. And boy, how did that work out in my favor.
Yeah, we also talked about it live on the Discord. You can come join us on the Discord and chat with us. However, if I say howdy and I drop the little howdy emoji and you don't respond within a reasonable amount of time, I'm probably going to block you because I'm going to think you're a bot. You ain't got to talk all the time. You can lurk.
It's like a jump check in a video game.
Yeah.
Like
You real dog? Especially when your account was made, a day ago. Yeah, so let's open as they opened with the big thing that both of us are most enthusiastic about.
This is what a way to set a tone for an evening. They start with a new trailer for
Teaser.
Teaser. Yeah, it's a teaser trailer. It's a cinematic with absolutely no gameplay because the game's not coming out for years. Of Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic, a single-player, narrative-driven action RPG set in the Old Republic from the man who directed Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect. We are so back.
It is more of a spiritual successor. It's not in direct timeline. They said not to expect, characters to return, yada, yada, yada.
Bastila's not going to be here, guys. You're going to have to deal with that.
But I'm provisionally interested. My relationship with Star Wars has changed a lot, but maybe in the next couple years I can try to repair it. And
because it's by a different studio, I don't imagine they have the direct rights to the old KOTOR games. I don't imagine they can have the other characters show up. But Star Wars is a big galaxy, you guys. I know the movies would have you believe that like the same 1 to 2 families are the only important people in the galaxy, but the Star Wars games have never been like that.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this. I'm so genuinely hype. Because look, I know that Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMORPG, existed for many years and had a lot of story and plot, and I'm sure it was very cool, and blah, 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 blah. I never cared about it. It was an MMO, and it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same as the games I loved. And it's been since December 2004 when KOTOR 2 launched that I got one of these. And it's been over 20 years.
I'm going to guess the game is going to play a little bit more like Dragon Age Veilguard or Mass Effect in terms of actual gameplay.
Well,
KOTOR was more of a turn-based RPG.
KOTOR was a action RPG that was turn-based under the hood with pausing.
Right.
KOTOR was very much Dragon Age Inquisition. Mm-hmm. You could play it without pausing and it would proceed, but it was turn-based under the hood.
I would say it's a bit closer to Dragon Age Origins. Inquisition, I think, is the other...
sorry. That is what I meant to say, is Dragon Age Origins. If I misspoke, my apologies.
Yeah, the Dragon Age Inquisition, you can play with pausing, but that's not how it's
No, it is an action RPG first. I think that's actually good. I think that is a good evolution of the genre. I would not mind if they stuck with the old school, you can play it without pausing, but under the hood, we're taking turns here. But at the same time, I have played KOTOR 2 recently. And let me tell you, dog, I did miss some of the Mass Effect. I did miss some of the freedom that comes with that moment-to-moment gameplay.
Well, and that's the whole reason I dared you to play New Vegas, is because we were talking about how I can't. It's just too old. There have been too many small quality of life changes in games around things that you don't think about, like how your character moves. And I'm not just talking about a run button. That you don't think about when you're looking back with nostalgia glasses, or I'm sure some of you just like the old thing.
Like me. I try and take those games where they are, but even I, who loves the KOTOR games deeply, will have to admit that I felt it, you guys. I did feel it.
I wouldn't say they haven't aged well, but they have aged.
Time does pass.
Yeah.
Much like myself, I'm older and jankier and not quite as good as I was in 2004 either. So, you know what? I forgive. But we get new stuff, but we have like years. So I'm hoping to clear off my big RPG backlog so that when it arrives in 2028 or whatever, I'm free and clear and able to go forth with no sin. That's my project from now until FOTOR releases, is to play all the other big RPGs I've been putting off.
I would maybe try to clear out your backlog within the next year, because the rumors are swirling that the new Elder Scrolls game comes out in 2027.
I will believe that when I have an actual date in front of me.
Sure.
When Todd Bethany Esda declares it, I will believe it.
I might still get on that if I was you. I don't know if the rest of these are in order. We're waiting from IGN's list, and it doesn't seem like they are. So if that's important,
remember FOTOR was first.
Yes, if that's important to you, the order.
I'm sorry. Moving on.
Leave us a comment telling us how bad we are and unprofessional. Claire Obscure Shadow dropped some free DLC. That's really awesome. I haven't played it because I played it on Game Pass. And let's very briefly, Claire Obscure swept these awards. It deserved it.
I believe they ended up with 9 awards, and they gave 1 pity award to Hollow Knight Silksong, at which time Geoff Keighley said, "There, you won one, you see?" Which I thought was very funny.
And, I mean, in part, there was... excuse me. I just woke up and it's very dry here. There was a lot of backlash against Silksong when it dropped.
Well, because it's very difficult, as I understand.
It's very difficult. It's slightly different from the original Hollow Knight.
I don't like Metroidvanias. I was never going to be the Silksong guy. I never played Hollow Knight. I don't like that genre.
And the character controls ever so slightly different. Like, the arc of the jump is different. And when you are used to endgame Hollow Knight schmovement through the world, and you start a new game, and the character mostly controls the same, but somewhat doesn't, and you can't do your best big combos right out the gate because you're level 1, as it were.
It takes a certain kind of person to be able to go, no, I will simply lock in and learn the new thing.
So I'm honestly not surprised it didn't do better at the Game Awards, because a lot of people weren't super happy with it.
And I mean, I don't think that's actually... That's an interesting idea. I don't think that had anything to do with it.
No.
I think this was just the French people's year. This was just the glory of France. Look, Claire Obscure was always going to sweep these awards.
My least favorite common video game mechanic that isn't like something problematic is, I mean that in the original sense, just for the record, is parrying. I hate it. I'm bad at it. It freaks me out, and I hit the wrong button all the time. I played through the entirety, not the optional content, but the rest of Claire Obscure. I really enjoyed it. I think it was a sensational game. I think they got the credit they deserve.
I haven't played Claire Obscure. I don't know. This honestly, this might have to be in the backlog, because there's a trend. Gamers, I'm saying that way on purpose, have, where if something is too beloved, they turn on it, like wrestling fans, and begin to hate it. And the sheer blatant, naked, "you're too popular, now I hate you" that this game has been getting has made me want to play it more than anything I've seen from it.
I'm not sure it's your vibe.
I don't think it is. I think it's so aggressively French that I won't like it.
I mean more mechanically. It is, at the end of the day, a turn-based RPG, and that's not really your thing.
Not anymore. Not for a long time.
But, I mean, I think it's a beautiful game. If you think you can tolerate some very action-heavy turn-based RPG, I'd check it out. It's very well put together. They tell the story they do very well. All of the acting is incredible. There's fun stuff, there's cute stuff, there's incredibly sad stuff, there's poignant stuff. They pulled something toward the end of the game that almost made me stop playing it, because I knew where they were going, and they did get where I thought they were going and still managed to pull it off, which was incredible to me. If you earn all of my doubt and I go, well, I was wrong about you. You did that very well, actually, with some dumbass narrative conceit. Kudos to you.
That's a high bar to clear.
It is a high bar to clear. I am a miserable cunt.
I mean, you said it, not me.
Oh, well, you know. The weird statue in the desert was a new Divinity game. Who gives a fucking shit?
I'm happy for Larian. They deserve success and joy, and to be free of the evil wizards of the coast. But I played Divinity Original Sin. Divinity 2. They're good games, but like I'm not a fan. You know what I mean? It's not like I don't like them. It's that I'm not excited for the prospect of a new game in this series.
This would be kind of like if they had set up a giant statue in the desert to advertise the return of the next Star Ocean game.
I think Baldur's Gate 3 was so huge that Divinity gets to be feeling
This
themselves.
was Baldur's Gate 4, I would not be arguing with you.
But Larian Studios was the winner of the Baldur's Gate 3.
And I think they're probably going to make a good game, but that was what the statue was for?
I know we all wanted it to be something else.
And a lot of other things. This was not even on my periphery of what this might be. Of course, I've not played but for a little bit of Divinity 2, so maybe I'm over here missing out. I don't know. I also know how this studio manages to not stick the landing in comparison to their French overlords, so forgive me if I'm not hyper excited.
The ending of Baldur's Gate 3 was not... all things settled bad.
The third act was so flawed compared to the rest of the game.
But the rest of the game was so good.
The rest of the game was really good. It's unfortunate. It tempers my expectations.
In any case, I'm not amazingly hyped for Divinity.
No.
Cool trailer, though.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah, very gross.
Hey, if you like Resident Evil, you're stupid.
I've never been a fan myself of Resident Evil, but, like, that's not because of the lore. I've always found the lore of Resident Evil very interesting. I just hate the gameplay of all the games.
I tried recently, like within the last 2 weeks, to play Resident Evil 2 Remake. It's so dumb. I don't actually think you're stupid if you like Resident Evil, but please comment and tell me I'm stupid.
We could use that engagement, brother.
It's fine. Like what you like. I have had plenty of friends in my life who really love the Resident Evil franchise. I've watched a bunch of people make videos on Resident Evil content and been like, oh, okay, yeah, that's interesting. I personally don't care. This is not my fandom, guys. This is not. I'm not even like adjacent.
You are so elementally over zombies.
Yeah. Well, and like I talk a lot of shit. Zombies are fine, but like it's not my thing. It's not my thing. So Leon Kennedy is in Resident Evil Requiem. Wow.
That's the one from the one everyone says is the best video game ever.
Makes them care, I guess.
I've played it, guys. It's okay. It's fine, though.
It's like the normies playing Rivals, and they're like, oh, okay, Rouge is in Rivals now, I guess. That's cool. Her actress sounds a little older and a little creakier than I would have expected for such a young woman full of life. That's me. That's who I am right now. I accept your hate. Tomb Raider's getting 2 games.
Don't care.
I don't care either. I don't care about the Tomb Raider franchise.
I cared about exactly one Tomb Raider continuity. You killed it. I'm done.
These do seem like a return to the Lara Croft of old. One is literally a remake.
One is literally a remake of the first game, and then a new game in that continuity.
And I just was never into Tomb Raider. They're not my kind of game.
Look, I also saw the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider movie when I was like 12, guys. I did too. I've got eyeballs. I played the original Tomb Raider games back in the day. I played Tomb Raider 1 on PC. Like, I have my bona fides in this fight. The Tomb Raider remake from 2013, that continuity is the best it's been done. It's not close. It's a beautiful, complete narrative that's one of the most emotionally affecting things I've experienced in a video game. Those 3 games put together, you can eat my dick. I don't care about the original continuity anymore. You killed the one I care about. I'm not playing these.
I have no emotional attachment. I didn't care for those games either. These are different mechanics. Mechanically, they're different games. I don't know what you call that. Action platformer maybe, but like 3D. Control Resonant is here if you care about the Remedyverse, and I don't.
Hey, man. I know people who do. I know people who are so excited for the new Control game.
Yeah.
I played Control. It failed to grasp.
Same.
There's nothing wrong with that game. No. I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, the world seems interesting, but like I would have to enter it by playing the games, and I don't want to do that.
The gameplay failed to grasp me in a official way, so...
if you liked Returnal, and I didn't, the Saros has a new trailer and release date.
It's Returnal again. I don't know why someone would want to play a bullet hell with worse controls, but if you do, there you go.
It's an interesting idea, and I played Returnal for a little bit until it became a bullet hell, and I went, oh, this is a bullet hell. That's very clever the way they've done that. I don't think I'm going to like this, and I tried to proceed, and I didn't like it because I don't like bullet hells. I think the controls were fine. I understand what you're saying, but to clarify for our audience, it controlled just fine. It was just a kind of an awkward point of view, not as advantageous as the top-down we're used to for bullet hells. And I believe that's what you were getting at, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was objectively a more awkward way to do that.
I got more Super Mario Galaxy movie trailer. Luigi does a Busaiku Ni. That was pretty cool. Mega Man Dual Override. What is anti-hopium? What is anti-copium?
Anti-copium is hopium. That is what that is.
So it's not even hopium. I was so disbelieving that this was anything I gave a shit about that DLN001 popped up on the screen, and I'm like, huh, that's funny. That's a Mega Man thing. I wonder what that has to do with Half-Life 3. And it wasn't until they started to play the remixed first couple bars from the Mega Man 2 Wily theme that I was like, hold on.
I need you to understand, we were all actually having a really good time watching the game.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun. Miss Piggy was there. The French were sweeping. We were having fun in the Discord, posting French flags. Then this happens. And I watched this man, over the course of the trailer for Mega Man Dual Override, go from chilling out on the couch having a fun time to, like, a monster truck rally. You may have the whole seat, but you're only going to need the edge.
It hasn't been as long, but only a few days ago did Capcom say, hey, we're going to do some Mega Man stuff. And before that, the guy who was the shepherd of Mega Man left. Like within the last couple of years, he went to another studio. So we were pretty sure it was it, because we only got 11 from this dude's efforts.
But it was not it.
No.
Rock refused to die. The will overcame the program. He lives.
Hell yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited they're doing the Robot Master Contest again. That's really fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It's 2027. I'll have a good time with it. It looks, if it's as good as 11, we'll be doing well. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight got a release date trailer. Man, if I liked the Lego games at all, and it's not that they're too childish, I would say it's because they're targeted at a children audience, so the difficulty is non-existent.
Yeah, they're too easy.
They're not. It's not an effort.
Look, I'm not hyper gamer, bro. I may have beaten Elden Ring or whatever, but I also did not beat Night Rain. So like, it's not. I'm not trying to flex my ego. These games are baby games. Baby games for babies that are not difficult.
Our cat has a toy that is a ball in a little circular track that he hits, and it spins around and makes a big noise, and then he, there's movement, and that's exciting for him. And sometimes I play that with him, and that's how I feel when I play the Lego games. This is nice.
I love that. I love this trailer.
It's great.
I love all of the care and clear fondness the Lego franchise has for Batman. My favorite parts of Lego Batman, a movie I famously was a curmudgeon about, are when they show how much they love the property. And this trailer did that too. If I liked those games, I'd be buying this.
Hell yeah, I agree entirely. Even some of the gameplay looks Arkham style, and that's awesome. Diablo 4 has new expansion. They're adding the Paladin and something else. Lord of Hatred.
Today I learned, or rather when this came out, I learned they didn't already have the Paladin in Diablo 4.
I don't like Diablo 4. Diablo 4 tries way too hard to be a story when that's not. I should not be wandering through empty scenery.
That's not why I'm here, dog. If I'm playing a Diablo game, I want to kill 1,000,000 guys. There's a bunch of crap on the floor. I have to pick it all up and cart it back to town and then go back out and get more of it and cart more back to town and fucking handle my little inventory management game. I like the story of Diablo 2, but you have to understand the story of Diablo 2 is so thin. It's so thin, and it doesn't need thicker. This isn't stew. You were supposed to make soup. I should be able to drink the Diablo story out of a cup.
You can drink stew out of a cup if you're not a wuss.
No, you can't.
Chewy. I'm not impressed by Diablo 4. But, you know, if you like Diablo 4, hey, there's more. The Street Fighter cast came out and showed off a trailer. Everyone looks either goofy or great.
I posit the ones who look goofy also look great because they look goofy. I remember what Raul Julia looked like.
One of them, the guy playing Dan, created a small PR snafu that no one asked him to do by antagonizing the Mortal Kombat movie.
The man playing Dan is a stand-up comedian who is... the Two Nerds podcast is a positive energy zone. Controversial. And likes to create drama.
And he did that.
Yes.
To the point that it's edited out of the YouTube playback.
He is very... He is very correct casting for Dan Hibiki. I'll put it like that.
But the trailer looked fun. It looks like a stupid movie. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I'm very much looking forward to this. This is going to be so dumb. I'm going to have such a great time.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say is that it is extremely ballsy to cast Polka Dot Man in Raul Julia's place. I would not have done that.
I don't know, man. I saw Polka Dot Man.
I think Polka Dot Man is a very talented actor. I guess you can't possibly follow Raul Julia, so you might as well just go a different direction. And that's that.
I don't know that he will be. I feel like that guy is going to tap into the Raul Julia in his soul and summon it forth.
I want nothing more than for you to be right. I don't think you are.
I think this is a Heath Ledger situation.
I want nothing more than for you to be correct.
Yeah, I have faith. I have a faith. If you are of a certain vintage, which is younger than me, you might be excited.
It is my age. If you are my age.
Star Wars Galactic Racer from the Burnout and Need for Speed devs is dropping. A spiritual successor to whatever that one was that was
the pod racing game, dude. The fucking peak fiction ass pod. The boost noise from that pod racing game will live in my spirit for my lifetime. If they kept the boost noise, I am buying this game. I want to get it right out in Front Street.
Heard it directly from some guy on the internet. It seems neat if you're into that. As I said earlier, I've got a shaky relationship with Star Wars, so. Phantom Blade Zero looks stupid and has a release date.
This is the one that was Soul Calibur, right?
I mean, it had the Soul Calibur vibe, but it was way more like Sekiro or...
I meant all of the characters and people.
Yeah, I guess I really drifted hard, and everyone was very hype, and I'm like, I don't care. This looks dumb. And it does. It looks dumb.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't. This specific genre, Souls-like Asian mythology, is so saturated, and you wouldn't think it would be with how
specific the thing you just said was,
and how much those games take to make. But like, I have tried out at least 4 games in the last year, and I think I'm being conservative. Well, that are that genre.
I mean, it's Neo,
I forgot
Sekiro.
about Neo.
What else are you talking about?
I don't remember. All of their names are like 17 words.
The Black Wukong? Is that what that was called?
Yeah, Black Myth Wukong. I have played at least 3 others on Game Pass that I can't remember the name of.
Well, I mean, look, generally speaking, I feel comfortable saying that if you have a Souls-like and you're not FromSoft, I don't trust you.
Nobody gets it quite right. Even Lords of the Fallen, which it started out pretty strong, and then I met the first boss, And I was like, oh, you guys don't get how to do boss encounters. Okay, cool. So I stopped, and they're like, wait. We released 2.0. Try again. And I tried again. And I fought that boss again. And I was like, oh, you fixed it. That's really cool. Great. I'll keep playing this game. And then I ran into an area that was Trollolol shoving buddies, where couldn't...
That's very iconic, though.
It is, but they didn't do it in a fun way.
They didn't do it right.
This felt like the game is punishing me for not already knowing what to do. And that's annoying.
Oh, you're speaking to the choir. I hate that.
Yeah.
I am on record as hating that.
And it went on for a long time. Like, you do that a couple of times. I'll give you some leeway. Okay, I get it. That's a pretty good trap. I got trapped. You're letting me know this is a thing I need to be wary of. They would invent new ways to trick me with it. And it's like, I'm not... Shut up. What do you get out of this? Me not playing your game.
You're suffering.
Pragmata got a release date.
This is the next dad game, right? The next game where you're the dad.
I hope you're the dad.
You're the dad. I'm declaring you're the dad. If you're not the dad, I don't want to talk to you people.
I just don't think it looks stupid. I hate this child. That's rude. That's mean of me to say. She seems very nice. I don't like her. I don't want to play a game with her. I don't want to help her.
Well, famously, you're not a huge fan of dad games anyway.
No, not really.
They're a big genre, man.
Yeah, I guess. Not my thing. Gang of Dragon is maybe important.
It's a Yakuza game, but they didn't have the license for Yakuza, so it's its own thing.
There's this IGN article actually helpfully lets me know that Toshihiro Nagoshi was the big guy behind the Yakuza games, and he left the studio, and now this is his new studio and his new game.
Because they stopped calling it Yakuza a couple games ago because chivalrous organizations have lost a lot of their romantic charm in Japanese culture. So
it's like a dragon now.
It's like a dragon. They rebranded. And the guy who made Yakuza wanted to keep making Yakuza. So he moved on.
And now we have Gang of Dragon. And I don't really care about crime family stuff, but this did look cool, and the main character looks cool. I will say that. Warlock, Dungeons and Dragons.
I think this looks cool as fuck.
This is awaiting gameplay, basically.
Yes, if the gameplay is good, this is gonna be good. I like that it's edgy. I like that it looks like an Evanescence song from 2003. I want it to look that way.
What was Evanescence they're playing for? What was the Devil May Cry?
Devil May Cry. Yeah. I want it to be edgy. You're playing a warlock. The game is called Warlock. Turn into the skid.
Amy Lee and Reb Ford were in the same place, and I have fan fictions. Forest 3 is coming out, if you're into Forrest Whitaker. High Guard is a game...
I think this was the last thing of the night. And this was maybe the most disappointing moment of the show.
Oh, yeah. This is
from the developers of Titanfall and Titanfall 2 and Apex Legends. You know, all the games that everyone likes for their amazing movement abilities and tight shooting in a classic shooter situation where your skill expression is based around mastery of the very nuanced and excellent movement mechanics, has been in seclusion. All of the people behind that have been in seclusion for years, in secret, crafting a new game from the ground up. And they've made Concord. You fucked it, you dumb motherfuckers. Why did you do that?
A bland hero shooter with horsies. In a world where Marvel Rivals is still hot as fuck.
Fuck Marvel Rivals,
They didn't make Concord, they made Battleborn.
Valorant is still here.
Sure.
You fucked it, you dumb motherfuckers. Why did you choose to fail? Just make Titanfall 4 and strip off the serial numbers, you dumb fucks. Or 3 or whatever you'd be on.
Those poor bastards. Cats are arriving to console us. Total War Warhammer 40K has been announced. I tried to get into the Warhammer Fantasy Total War. and I didn't really, but maybe if it goes on sale again, I might try again, because I've heard some really interesting things about the game.
All I have to say is, what an obvious collaboration. How has this not happened yet?
Also, it will solve my problem with all Warhammer games, which is they're about the wrong faction.
He doesn't like Space Marines. But, like, how...
Hold on. I feel like what you heard is I don't like the chapter of the Space Marines they focus on. I don't like Space Marines. They're not the good guys.
No one's the good guys.
Right. Not that I need to play the good guys.
I feel like it's important for people to understand, if you're someone who doesn't know anything about Warhammer 40k and you're somehow here and you hear about Warhammer 40k from us somehow.
Nah, that actually tracks. It is still kind of niche.
Normies are all over it now, though.
Yeah, they are.
You should understand.
I'd say it's about as niche as pro wrestling.
There are no good guys in Warhammer 40,000. There is no good guy faction.
One could argue maybe the Tau.
They're the closest thing, and they're not good guys.
And I think maybe the Orcs.
They're no, brother, they're not.
They're nature's bleach.
Like, there are no good guys. There are various shades of black. And they're cool. A lot of the Warhammer factions are really fucking cool.
I agree with that.
But they're not good, and I feel like that gets lost in a lot of adaptational work. Total War will give you probably campaigns for a bunch of different factions. So did Warhammer Fantasy.
Yeah.
I think that's good. Again, how the fuck is this not the fourth game in this series? Total Warhammer should have already existed.
And I'm glad they're coming.
Yes.
Starting out, you get Space Marines, Astra Militarium, Orcs, and Aldari, but they will be adding more. Look at the factions available in the fantasy version. There was a trailer for Elemental.
There's a trailer for a character for a fighting game I don't care about.
Who gives a shit about it?
She's the Avatar.
Whatever.
Good for her.
For Loop was revealed, and let me tell you, I don't remember this.
This is J.J. Abrams.
Oh, the J.J. Abrams game. That's right, because it allowed him to do the Dark Souls thing and ask a lot of questions he doesn't have to answer. And I made that joke.
And the game is literally asking a lot of questions that I guarantee they do not have answers for.
I'm not into military shooter stuff, and this is like a sci-fi military shooter, but, we'll see. No Law is a very cyberpunk game.
Yes, it is. That's the genre it's in. I don't know about mechanically if it's similar to the cyberpunk games, but it's clearly that genre. You could have put the city this takes place in the same setting as Night City, and it wouldn't look out of place. At this point, it's just, have they bitten off more than they can chew? That's a hard genre to do.
Let's see what the game shakes out like. Ace Combat 8 Wings of Fev.
There's a lot of story in your plane game.
Yeah.
Why?
Whatever.
The people who want to play plane game don't want that. You don't understand your demo.
Lenny Kravitz, it was announced.
He's the villain for 007.
I was going to leave it at that. If you were going to let me, I was just going to leave it.
No, I wasn't gonna. He doesn't understand what video games are, and I think he thinks his villain from the 007 game is gonna have, like, future games of his own, and I find that fascinating.
I don't care. Lenny Kravitz is cool. The villain looks like a pretty good Far Cry-style villain, and, crucially, I don't give a fuck about this game, so it doesn't matter what happens in it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Marvel Rivals announced Season 6, first character is going to be Deadpool. He's already on the select screen, but locked off, which is interesting. They've not done that before.
I mean, like, guys, obviously they were going to have Deadpool in the fucking game.
Yeah.
Obviously that was going to happen.
He's been teased as being in the next season. And they also confirmed Elsa Bloodstone being the second one, which I'm way more excited for. I'm actually interested in the new Jonathan Blow game, Order of the Sinking Star.
Oh, I'm not. So go forward.
Yeah, this is not at all your vibe, but it's a cool, almost Sokoban style puzzle game with like a whole bunch of puzzles, and like it looks like you move things around and keys and stuff. Looks like it's a lot of fun. It's not high, complication or anything, but
I will say I'm not looking forward to absolutely sucking ass with Deadpool and having him roast me on the respawn. because I know he'll do that.
Lords of the Fallen 2 was teased. I would give it a shot if I had
don't trust you, game that is not FromSoft. I just don't trust you.
Out of Words
is another It Takes Two. It's couple game.
Yeah.
Couple game is a genre now.
It's a co-op platformer about two people with no mouths. It's like papercraft stop motion, and that's kind of cool. Neo 3 has a trailer. I'm not big into the Neo franchise, but that's cool. Bradley the Badger.
This actually looked fun. I won't lie, this looked fun.
So this might as well be a genre of game now with games like The Plucky Squire and its ilk, because there are other titles that have done this. Incredibly ambitious, not one genre games.
Yes, almost not quite a WarioWare set of mini games, but a game that is more a collection of smaller video games stitched together by a common plot.
I haven't played it, but conceptually I like the way UFO 50 did that by actually being separate games with like an over narrative. This looks really fun and cute, but I'm gonna have to wait and see what the actual
I'd like to see more gameplay, but this was fun and cute.
I am worried that the quote-unquote gameplay we saw was not gameplay.
No, I don't think so.
I'm concerned that's set up for something else. I don't know. This trailer was a lot of things.
A lot.
It might come that this game comes out, and I'm like, oh yeah, Bradley Badger was great. Fantastic, 10 out of 10. Or I might be like, yeah, that fell apart. It might lose in
this might crash and burn.
Yeah. Stupid Never Dies would be a fun game if it weren't about mall punk.
They made this was a movie years ago, right? Like, it wasn't called this, but this exact premise was a movie. Warm Bodies.
Yes, you are correct. I had forgotten about that.
Whatever. I'm not even a huge mall punk fan, but I love a game that is unapologetic about who it is.
This is not for me. This is for your generation. I don't want to play Blink 185's flagship game series, which sucks because it does actually look good and fun.
Yeah, it looks good.
I don't know. Maybe I can get over myself before that comes out. The Free Shepherd is you play a doggy and herd sheep.
This looks like peak fiction.
Is great. Looks brilliant.
No notes. Fucking A+.
Untitled Goose Game. What if the goose was nice?
Yeah. It's great. Post-apocalyptic sheep herding dog. Fucking no notes. Wow. You know what video games are supposed to be about.
Coven of the Chicken Foot is a cell-shaded game where you play Baba Yaga. I don't care for the graphic style.
You play unnamed chicken-footed grandma.
Yeah.
Baba Yaga is the mean lady.
I
Chicken
guess
grandma looks nice.
Her name is Gert, so
yeah.
Maybe she's just a different Baba. Baba Gert.
Baba Gert. I want to play Baba Gert. She looks friendly.
This is one of those things where, like, in spite of this visual style really not being my thing, it's not the worst. It's just not my thing. The option to play as Grandmama is pretty enticing, I will admit. Decrepit is a first-person Souls-like.
All right. You know how I said Returnal was bullet hell but worse? What the fuck would possess you to want to play a first-person Souls-like?
Years ago, and this has happened since, I think, Mortal Kombat, but I think the first one to do it, or at least the one I remember the most, was N64 and PlayStation titled BioFreaks. If you're curious about BioFreaks, there's a Violent Profiles video on it on this very channel. I suggest you watch it. They had a code you could put in for first-person mode. First-person mode in a fighting game is exactly as stupid as first-person mode in a Souls-like.
Yes, Souls-likes at their base are fighting games, where you are fighting game RPGs. What possesses you to want to play? That sounds like being strapped in the Torment Nexus. That sounds interminable.
It does look visually cool. I would rather be wrong about this because I could use me another Skyrim.
Look, if it's good, I'll play it.
Yeah.
I will be so pleased to be incorrect.
Yep.
But brother, I do not think that's a good idea.
Audio Mech is from the people who made Audio Surf. You get cool music-based weapons. Your music is your partner, and you can bring your own music into the game, it says. There's a demo out now, and if it weren't a bullet hell, I would be super into this.
Yeah, if you were ever going to like a bullet hell, this is the one.
If it were a little less well, there's been others I've liked, but it's a tough franchise for me to enjoy. Much like R&B, the genre of music. What a little shake hands. What a concept. A music game. I brought up music. Aren't I good at this? Guild Wars 2 is still a thing, and they're having a new expansion.
Good for them. I'm glad they're still kicking. I'm not playing your fucking video game.
I had fun with it. Solasta 2. Oh, God, it's right there. It's so hard for me not to make. I might not like dad games, but dad jokes, oh man.
Go for it.
I didn't play the first one. I'd be Solasta. I'm so sorry. We're down to some stuff that even IGN doesn't care about. Orbitals looks like it would be fun, except that it's 2-player only. It's an 80s anime style space game.
Yeah, couple game. But this time it's 80s anime.
I don't have any friends, so this is impossible for me to play. Werner Herzog did a Warframe trailer.
Werner Herzog did a Warframe poem?
Yeah, Werner Herzog has deep feelings about Warframe, and no one stopped him.
And it had nothing to do with anything, and I love that Warframe devs. They know what they're about.
They came out and said, we don't know what our game is, can you tell us? And then Werner Herzog was like, I'll try. Wuthering Waves has a new character if you into gacha stuff, anime waifu stuff. Hitman World of Assassination, this is where the title of our podcast comes from.
I want to say I love this because, all right, Hitman has been doing collabs for a while now. They have famous actors come in and you kill them as a part of the Hitman, the Hitman game. They did it with like Jean-Claude Van Damme and 50 Cent, and I think 50 Cent, Eminem also, and like a few other people who I'm not remembering. Mila Jovovich is going to be in Hitman. Great, fine. Mila Jovovich is playing a character from a Mila Jovovich movie?
Hitman's screwed. Hitman's not going to make it out of this alive.
47's fucking cooked, dog. She has superpowers.
Man, if you want to watch her come out on stage, though, I have never seen someone more excited to mispronounce every word.
She just kept taking big swings at normal words and missing.
Lost Skies was a thing. I don't remember that. You fly around. Seven Deadly Sins, the anime, has a new game, I guess.
Don't care.
Ontos looks like a weird sci-fi
I straight up don't remember this.
I remember this one because then the thing popped up and was like Ontos, and I'm like, that means nothing to me. It's good SEO, I guess, but Screamer, I don't remember. It's a racy game, maybe?
Yeah, I think it's like a cyberpunk racer.
Okay. 2XKO actually has a release date. That's exciting. That's the League of Legends fighting game. I've been looking forward to playing it once it was actually finished. I think you said Blitzcrank was in the trailer. That's pretty cool. Soulframe Founders trailer. I don't know what
Soulframe
this is Warframe, but fantasy. Warframe or fantasy.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Warframe is Warframe fantasy.
It is.
I had to leave because they decided to be the fantasy game now, and it's not what I was here for.
And then there was a weird, cute, quotation marks, cartoon about Battlefield Red Sex. I don't know what that means, but it was there.
It was Battlefield Fortnite.
Oh, okay.
It's called Red Sec.
They very clearly in the trailer said Red Sec.
Yes, that was the joke.
I looked away and I saw no correction.
Okay.
So that is the name of the game. You heard it here first. This was a long one, kids. There were a lot of trailers. It was very exciting. Do you have any final thoughts before we depart?
2004. You never know. Never give up hope.